Hey YouTube, I heard you were in the mood for some great posing. Well, good news, I have just the video for you.
Hey, what's up? It's the Tominator here. Today, I wanted to kick off another new series. Yeah, I know I'm getting quite a few of them now, but what can I say? It's fun. I like mixing it up, keeping things fresh. So yeah, this series is going to be about the best posers throughout history. Each episode, I plan to feature a different bodybuilder, and we'll take a look at some of their posing routine footage and see what really makes them so great. So I'm going to kind of commentate and add my analysis and walk you guys through it because that's what I do. But yeah, a couple notes before we get started though. First up, this is just going to be a random order, not chronological or anything. So I'm just going to kind of pick guys who I feel inspired to talk about at the time, and we'll go from there. And secondly, this is not even necessarily their quote-unquote best posing routine. I'm not claiming that because that's very subjective, and in order to determine that, I'd have to pretty much see all of their posing routines, which simply is not doable. So instead, I'm just going to pick some of the best clips that I'm able to scrounge up, and I'll showcase them for you here. So yeah, the man of the hour is Melvin Anthony. He's really the guy who inspired me to start this series because I feel like a lot of people have already forgotten about him and how great he was. Because nowadays, if you ask the question, who's the best poser? The answer comes back again and again, Kai Greene. But if you were to ask this same question like 10, 15 years ago, you would have heard a different answer. I consider Melvin to be like the predecessor to Kai Greene in a way because both guys are famous for their awesome posing routines and the very unorthodox moves they do. And they're really both part of the new breed of modern-day posers where it's less about the classical style and more about throwing in dance moves and unconventional flair to be entertaining. So if you don't like that about Kai, if you think it's a disgrace to bodybuilding or whatever, then yeah, sad to say you probably won't like Melvin either. Because with Kai you get a lot of headstands and somersaults and stuff, and with Melvin, well, he's got his own repertoire, as we'll see in a minute. But the thing that I like about Melvin Anthony so much is that he always begins his routines with some slow, classical posing, hitting a lot of mandatories and artistic variations, and then transitioning later into some more upbeat, high-tempo dance moves and stuff for entertainment value. So he kind of combines the best of both worlds in that sense, the old with the new. So let's take a look. This is from the 2001 Ironman Pro, and he really earned his nickname Marvellous Melvin Anthony here. Yeah, the shape, the proportions, the aesthetics are just spectacular. You can see he's got those round, full muscle bellies, a la Flex Wheeler or even Phil Heath today. And if you can hear that epic background music, it's very powerful, it really accentuates everything he's doing here. Kind of hitting a Sean Ray, most muscular, and he's got the aesthetics to pull it off. Look at the V taper, very narrow waist, the arms are huge. Melvin's always been known for bringing excellent shape and symmetry, aesthetics, fullness. Conditioning's always been a question mark for him. This is actually one of his best showings in that regard, because he's never really been known for being ripped. But when you look this good, do you really need to be? I mean, it's kind of what Arnold said at one of the recent Arnold Classic shows where Cedric McMillan placed after Branch Warren, and then he was after the judges about it because Branch looked like crap, as we all know. And he's like, he posed the question, who would you rather look like at the end of the day? I mean, that should really factor in heavily into your decision. Look at the V taper on the guy right here. Right? So at the end of the day, I'd rather look like Melvin Anthony than probably 90% of pro bodybuilders throughout history. Even though he's relatively soft. But look at the back, though. Flex Magazine actually had him in their top 20 best backs of all time. I think he was number 19. So, not one of the very best, like not right up there with Ronnie or Dorian or anything, but still some very impressive back development. Look at the separation in the quads too there. And the muscle control to be able to contract one pec at a time like that. That's really the hallmark of a master poser, is being able to exhibit that degree of mind-muscle connection and control over your body. Yeah, now he's going to kind of pick it up. So that was the classical portion. Now he's going to get into the more modern-day entertainment style. Look at the thickness of the arms, too. Yeah, he does more like dancing shit. Here's where he does his trademark matrix move. Doesn't even go fully into it here in this routine, but this is cool what he does with his legs here. That's one of his other trademarks. This pop and lock a thing, and then you got like a sideways shimmy and moonwalk here. This is cool. This like incremental posing where kind of does each pose in fractions to the beat. Yeah, he does kind of like a Ronnie Coleman-esque flat spread here in increments, just like he was doing those with the most muscular and ab and thigh there a second ago. Yeah, I love his most muscular. Really reminds me of Flex Wheeler, actually. Because both guys were relatively arm dominant, really full muscle bellies, and really tight waistlines, great aesthetics. Yeah, so that's his 2001 Ironman Pro routine. I've actually got another routine lined up here for you here. This one I included because, number one, I like T.I. What can I say? I'm a bit of a hip-hop head. Yeah, not a big fan of the dancing he does right here at the start, but I'll show you. Yeah, the twerking, no, kind of gay. Don't do that. But yeah, I'll show you here in a second why I included this clip. It's pretty short. But here he's going to do the Matrix thing more fully, like how he usually does it. Just kind of wavering there, very cool. Then this is it right here. Just watch. It's like he's getting electrocuted. So cool. Have you ever seen that before? I didn't think so. So, really mind-blowing mind-muscle control to be able to contort and control every aspect of your physique like that, to that degree. And he's basically, all of his poses are always perfectly in time with the beat. And he's got that flexibility, just like Flex, you can do the splits. Always a nice bonus when guys can throw in stuff like that. Like when Rolly Winkler did the backflip. If everyone's ever seen that, it's quite incredible. Anyway, that's Melvin Anthony. In case you never heard of him, never seen him before, that's why he was considered to be the best poser of the 2000s before Kai Green kind of burst onto the scene and stole his thunder. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to kind of showcase some of these great posing routines over the years. This is just going to be the first of many. I've got probably around a dozen bodybuilders in mind lined up for this series, so stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm the Tominator signing off. I'll be back.